a pretty detailed foundation routine tutorial, and I did recently change up my routine, and I have decided to go for something less full coverage, and then I will go in and spot treat any blemishes. I do have combination skin. My cheeks tend to be pretty dry and my T-zone can get oily. So I'm just going to get right into it. I've already put on a moisturizer. Today my skin was feeling a little bit dry, so I used the Cosmetic Lad by Lush, and it is marketed as a men's moisturizer, but it's just a really emulsifying cream, and it does have pineapple enzymes which tend to really help my scarring. I did kind of over apply a little bit, so the first thing that I'm going to do is go in with this Boscia green tea blotting sheet. Next, I'm going to go in with a primer. So since my foundation is going to be a little bit on the dewier side, I like to go in with a mattifying primer. This is the Cover FX mattifying primer with anti-acne treatment. And if I were going in with a more matte foundation, I would go in with a luminous or dewy primer. So I'm going to focus this on my T-zone area because we don't want to dry out the cheeks. And while I let that sink in, I will actually be going in with some under eye concealer. So my absolute favorite is this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Eraser, and I do have a few different shades and they all seem to do the same thing to me, but lately I've been reaching for the Brightener Illuminate shade. Okay, so now that primer has pretty much set, I'm going to go in with my foundation, and this is the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation. It gives a healthy glow and flawless complexion for up to 16 hours, hydrated and 2 minutes skin, and I'm dropping it. But this is a pretty natural finish foundation, and it does smell like fruit. So I don't know if that's fragrance or if that's a natural scent, but it hasn't irritated my skin, so I have been using it a lot lately. My two favorite foundation brushes would have to be either this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. It does give a really nice full coverage. The Sephora number 56 Pro Flawless Airbrush is also amazing, and what I absolutely love about this is the fact that it uses the least amount of product out of all of my brushes and still gives like the same amount of coverage. So I think I'm actually going to use this one. So next up, I will be going in with a concealer. My absolute favorite concealer of all time is the Makeup Forever Full Cover Concealer. This stuff, it just blends so seamlessly into your skin, but you do have to work really fast with it because it does dry, and it is a waterproof concealer, as it says on here. So once you get that on there, it's not going anywhere. I'm not sure if you can literally immerse yourself in water and it's not going to go anywhere, but like every day, like sweating, stuff like that is not going to get this concealer to come off. So definitely my favorite concealer of all time, and you do need the tiniest drop of this, so I feel like 1-2 of this can last you like over a year. I did recently just get this one, so it's totally full. That's also what I love about it, is that it literally is filled up all the way. I have a couple concealers, like a Laura Mercier one that is the exact same size as this, but the first time that I squeezed it, there was so much air in it that it became half the size. So this, you really do get your money's worth. I'm just going to, a little bit unsanitary, but I do have clean hands, so I'm going to apply a little bit to my fingertip. and I'm going to use my favorite concealer brush. It's the Marc Jacobs Conceal, and it is like a slanted tip, if you can see that. So it just contours your face very well. So once I am done with that, I am going to set this all with a powder around my face area, and then I'm going to set my under eyes with a more brightening powder. And the powder that I'm going to be using is also part of the Healthy Mix line. It's called the Healthy Balance Matte 10 Hour Natural Healthy Glow Unifying Powder by Bourjois. And this is really just going to even out everything so that the acne scarring, the concealer, and everything is just one even surface, if that makes sense. I'm not really using this for coverage, just for the color and evening it all out. So I'm going to go in with a IT Cosmetics Airbrush Buffing Foundation. We are not going to be buffing this. The key with this stuff is to just pat it on so that the concealer stays in place. Concealer is this Secret Brightening Powder in number 1. I don't know if there's other numbers, but it is just a really finely milled white translucent powder, and it has a little bit of a sheen to it. So I don't know if you can tell a difference. I definitely can in person, and I don't know if the camera is going to be picking that up as well. Oh, and the brush that I'm using is the Real Techniques, I think it's their contour brush. So now for the final step, I am going to apply some bronzer, contour, blush, finish up my makeup off camera, and I will come back to show you how I set it all. So just give me a few seconds and I'll be right back. So I am back with the finished look for you, and I have already set it off camera just because I decided that it's going to take time to set, and I just want you to see what it looks like set and all finished. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you can see everything close up, and I'm going to talk about how I set everything. So the way I like to set my foundation is using 2 different products. The first one is going to lock everything in and set your foundation and make the longevity, make it last a lot longer. So for that, I use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender, and I do about 5 sprays, maybe 10 inches away, and after that I kind of let it dry, wait a few seconds, and I go in with the MAC Fix Plus. And this is not going to extend your foundation, it's not going to lock it in place, it's not going to do any of those things. What this does is it brings back a really healthy, natural glow to your skin, and if you do have any powderiness, powdery finish, it's going to make all of that disappear. So these 2 in combination are going to extend and also make everything look a lot more natural. So that is what I do. I have the finished look here. I'm going to list all the products that I used on my skin, my eyebrows, my eyes, everything down below. And as you can see, the whole point of foundation is to make, you feel comfortable with yourself. It's not going to hide everything perfectly. It's not going to make your face look airbrushed and flawless, but you know, there is still room for imperfection. So this is my finished look. I mean, it's not perfect, but it is super natural, and I do feel super comfortable whenever I walk around wearing this. So I'm going to zoom in even more for you. Now I'm just gonna zoom out for you, and this is it. This is all I have for you today. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like me to post. Please comment, rate, subscribe down below. Thank you very much. Bye.